Then the king sent out some men with a cannon to batter down the walls of the ogre's castle. But the ogre sat on the wall and caught the cannonballs in his hand and tossed them back at the cannon, so that they broke the wheels and scared away all the men. And when the cannon sounded, the ogre roared so loudly that all the windows in the king's palace were broken, and the queen and all the princesses went down into the cellar and hid among the sugar barrels and stuffed cotton in their ears till the noise should stop. But whatever the king's men tried to do, the ogre made it worse and worse, and at last no one dared to go out into the valley beside the ogre's castle, and no one dared look at it from anywhere, because when the ogre scowled, all who saw him dropped to the ground with fear, and their teeth began to fall out, and when the ogre roared, there was no one who could bear to hear it. So the king and all his men hid in the cellar of the castle with the queen and the princesses, and they stuffed their ears full of cotton, and the ogre scowled and roared and had his own way. But there was one little boy named Pennyroyal who tended the black horse Hurricane, and he was not afraid of anything because he was a little boy. And the little boy said he would go out and see the ogre and tell him to go away. They were all so scared that they could not ask him not to go. So Pennyroyal put on his hat, filled his pockets with marbles, and took his kite under his arm, and went down the valley to the castle of the ogre. The ogre sat on the wall and looked at him, but the little boy was not afraid, and so it did the ogre no good to scowl. Then Pennyroyal knocked on the ogre's door, and the ogre opened it and looked at the little boy.